The latest diplomatic tensions between the United States and the European Union have taken a dramatic turn, as a top EU official warns that Donald Trump's push for a Ukraine ceasefire must not, under any circumstances, offer Vladimir Putin a path to escape prosecution for wartime atrocities. In Brussels, the message is unmistakably clear. Europe will not endorse any peace framework that trades accountability for convenience. Michael McGrath, the European Commissioner for Justice and Democracy, issued one of the strongest public statements yet, stressing that allowing Russia to walk away from sweeping violations committed during its invasion would not only betray victims, but also ignite future cycles of aggression across the region. In his words, granting impunity would mean sowing the seeds of the next invasion, a historic mistake of enormous magnitude. The concern inside European capitals is growing as reports circulate that members of Trump's team have floated proposals that critics worry could soften or even sideline the criminal responsibility of Moscow's leadership. These proposals, according to EU officials, risk restoring Russia's global economic standing and political legitimacy without addressing what investigators describe as some of the most severe wartime crimes seen in decades. Brussels insists that no ceasefire plan can offer Moscow amnesty for acts committed since the start of the full-scale invasion, and officials have pushed back forcefully against any blueprint that appears to normalize relations with the Kremlin before justice is served. For Europe, the stakes are not abstract. Ukrainian authorities have documented more than 178,000 alleged Russian crimes since the invasion began, including targeted civilian attacks, forced transfers, and systematic child abductions. A United Nations commission found that Russia committed crimes against humanity through drone strikes and the forced removal of civilians from occupied territories. These findings aren't speculative. They have already produced tangible legal consequences. The International Criminal Court issued a warrant for Vladimir Putin, accusing him of responsibility for the unlawful deportation of Ukrainian children, a charge that carries global implications for the future of wartime accountability. EU-backed initiatives have also made progress toward establishing a special tribunal focused specifically on prosecuting the crime of aggression. This effort aims directly at senior Russian leadership, ensuring that the decision to launch the invasion cannot be brushed aside in pursuit of diplomatic convenience. For European leaders, this tribunal represents not just a judicial tool, but a moral and strategic line that must not be crossed. They argue that any attempt to erase or overlook Russia's offenses would undermine decades of international law and embolden authoritarian governments worldwide. This is why the EU views Trump's ceasefire push with such caution. Officials fear that Washington's urgency to halt fighting could unintentionally weaken the global commitment to accountability. They believe any move that helps rehabilitate Moscow without addressing the documented atrocities risks creating a dangerous precedent where powerful states can wage war, commit abuses, and then negotiate their way out of responsibility. Such a scenario, according to McGrath, would not only dishonor the victims, but destabilize the entire European security landscape for years to come.